President Scholl describes this as institution building, and I think he's spot on when he describes it that way. I was rereading a quote the other day from Thornwell Jacobs, the great visualizer, the great builder of Oglethorpe University and its current campus. And he said that the founders of this institution have as its purpose to build a school that can express the fine qualities of a great human soul in its architecture, its equipment, and its appointments. And I think that we have, as a Board of Trustees, as alums, as lovers of Oglethorpe University, we have a charge still today to carry that out.
Well, I was very excited when I first heard about having the President's Dinner at Porsche. Oglethorpe and Porsche are two institutions that heavily influenced my adult life. Seeing the two come together, it's very exciting to be here and be a part of it. I was actually the second Oglethorpe alum that started working at Porsche. A few years later, I actually got a additional headcount for support for my role. And from that, of course, my first inclination was, well, let me find another Petrel. It's worked well so far. It's important to me to remain involved with Oglethorpe because I was fortunate enough to find a job and a career that I love, that I enjoy, and that I'm proud of. And I contribute that almost entirely to my decision to go to Oglethorpe.
So IW, or Ike, as I call him, was a four-sport athlete letterman at Oglethorpe, and that was one of his proudest, most enthusiastic memories of Oglethorpe, as I remember him talking about it, which is really hard to do nowadays. I don't think you could play college-level sports. He played football, basketball, baseball, and actually, I just learned this the other day, track and field. He was the shot putter. It was really important to our family to honor IW Ike's experience and the grounding and the education that he received at Oglethorpe. He would have laughed, I think, to think that his legacy at Oglethorpe will be around academics, but I think it's very appropriate because what he took from Oglethorpe was not his sports. I mean, those were his gifts that he had anyway, and I'm sure Oglethorpe helped develop them, but what Oglethorpe gave him was the education, the grounding, and the relationships then to build his life together with Lillian.
One thing about Oglethorpe University, it's not a school of privileged kids. A lot of these kids have to, do like I did.
Working like
I
you did.
imagine a lot of them were working,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought this might be a way I could really make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have a great motto, by the way. Make a life, make a living, make a difference. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a natural fit with the liberal arts educational piece of it, that there'd be a great place to have a business school. I think I can help make this happen.
If we're not the ones who are spreading that message about what's happening here at Oglethorpe, we can't expect other people to. So I think the single most important thing that any of us can do as an Oglethorpe graduate is help spread the Oglethorpe story. People like to hear success stories. Oglethorpe's success story is incredible. We've all got our own personal success stories from being a student here, and now we have this institutional success story to share with even more people.
People may not realize, actually, Oglethorpe was innovative about liberal arts education decades ago. And even though it's a focus on, in effect, what's been the history of Oglethorpe from a core curriculum standpoint, even a study and understanding of classics, that was actually innovative in its time. And so now Oglethorpe has another chance to build on that history of innovation and help create the future. And so students engaged in this Center for Science and Innovation will actually be part of the core of what is best about Oglethorpe, but take Oglethorpe to the next level. And I think Atlanta is a place of innovation. You've got global brands that have to innovate to stay relevant. You've got startups in Atlanta from a business standpoint, but there's even startups academically, in the field of medicine, in the field of entertainment. And so Oglethorpe's tradition of innovation will become its future.
I can't think of anything else that we as a university community could do together today that would be more transformative than supporting the Center of Science and Innovation. It has the potential, as we talked about before, to create a legacy at Oglethorpe that is going to permanently cement our position in Atlanta as the preeminent liberal arts institution.
The latest in terms of the Cousins Center for Science and Innovation and the new business school has been a huge topic amongst all of the alum that I know. Aside from the record-breaking donations and all of the generosity that's been surrounding it, it's really more around the fact that, these are huge institutions. These are huge new developments for the school. I think that really will put us at the next level. It's always really exciting to see everything that's been happening over the past few years. And it's really exciting to say, that's my school. And I don't feel that way if I don't get involved myself.
It is such an honor to have been asked to be part of the Board of Trustees. And you sit at the table and you look around the room and you see people who are leaders in the nonprofit sector, who are leaders in the for-profit sector, frankly, people who have shaped the city of Atlanta as we know it. And that's impressive. But what's even more impressive is the incredible commitment that the people in that room have to this university. None of them gave up. They all understood what was special here, but they deserve an incredible amount of credit for guiding this institution through some tough years and for, again, never letting go of that dream and never letting go of that commitment and their real belief that Oglethorpe deserves to be here and Oglethorpe deserves to be successful and that there's a greater plan for this institution and the students that graduate from here for decades to come.
Hundreds of times I got asked, you're a Georgia Tech guy, aren't you? And I would always say, no, I'm an Oglethorpe guy. And I got so tired of being asked that I started developing some smart aleck answers. And the one I liked the most is they'd say, you went to Georgia Tech? I said, no, I went to Oglethorpe because of football. And they'd say, I didn't think Oglethorpe had a football team. And I'd say, exactly.
I think every alumni of Oglethorpe should be proud of how ambitious we are today. Not only the progress we've made over the last decade as an institution and where we are today, but the ambition we have to make it even that much better going forward. We all had wonderful experiences there, I hope, as alumni, but I'm incredibly excited about the ambition that we are showing through this campaign, coming on the heels of building a state-of-the-art campus center, now turning around and building a state-of-the-art center for science and innovation. The amount of ambition that we have, coupled with the financial strength that we have today, alumni should and owe it to themselves to reconnect with the university, and this creates a great catalyst for that to happen.
As Sidney Lanier, the famous Oglethorpe alum and poet laureate of Georgia, called it the College of the Heart. There were other people who believed in that, and they believed in it so solidly, so strongly that they gave of themselves and their talents and their treasure to make Oglethorpe what was there for us to enjoy.